Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Bill Gray Stadium at Legion Field in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon. Tonight, the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts welcome in the Eugene Challengers for an Area 4 League doubleheader where playoff positioning early on in the league season is on the line. Tonight, the Doc Stewarts carry a 3-game winning streak into this matchup, 14-6 overall, while the Eugene Challengers come in after a 4th-place finish in the Papa's Pizza Tournament in Eugene, 15-9 overall for the Challengers as they come in to this matchup. Both teams currently sitting 1 game behind league leader Willamette Valley as they take the field here this evening. A lot riding on the line in the middle of the league season for the Doc Stewarts and the Area 4 Eugene Challengers in Area 4. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Joey Kieran here from Legion Field tonight. Happy to have you with us on this cloudy and overcast, gray and cold day here in Roseburg. It has been a very odd week of weather in the Umpqua Basin and around the state of Oregon, but here in the Umpqua Basin tonight, we are looking at low 60-degree temperatures with gray skies overhead. It has been a cold, windy, and almost on the verge of rain all day kind of day here today, and we are hopeful and expecting that the conditions will stay as they are, not looking at the possibility of maybe some added rain to the forecast tonight, but it does feel like it could happen if things got just a little bit sideways. We will hope that that is not the case as we get ready for tonight's matchup. This is the Supercuts pregame show between the Docs and the Challengers tonight. Here in the pregame show, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Jeremiah Robbins. We'll have that for you coming up here in just a moment. The Supercuts pregame show in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. When we return, we will get a chance to catch up with head coach Jeremiah Robbins. Want to remind everybody, tonight's game is streaming live with video online at 541radio.com. So tune in for tonight's Doc Stewarts and Eugene Challengers baseball game with us there online. Or watch tonight's game streaming live on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Another easy way to follow Docs baseball throughout the summer. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back with head coach Jeremiah Robbins. This is Doc Stewarts baseball, streaming at 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
The roster for the Eugene Challengers goes
Back here with more of our Supercuts pregame show on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score and streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Get a chance now to catch up with head coach Jeremiah Robbins as the Doc Stewarts get ready for a league doubleheader against the Eugene Challengers. And Coach, guys coming off of a nice win there against Klamath Falls on Saturday, get a three-game winning streak going here as you guys get into a really big stretch of the season. But coming off of some really impressive wins for this team, how are you feeling about things as you guys get back into Area 4 league play?
Well, we're definitely moving forward. In all three of those games, I think we had one error in all three. So that's kind of been our nemesis lately, especially down at Grants Pass. We kicked the ball around there. So we're cleaning it up defensively. I think we're pitching better. Our hitters are starting to get a true approach. So I'm very excited heading into this today. I think they're definitely prepared and heading in the right direction.
Yeah, today you guys take on the Eugene Challengers, and I know just winning in general is important when it's Area 4 play, but when you're here at home, how big is it to try and get both of these two games against the Challengers, and then looking towards the future, the couple of games you guys have at home against the Willamette Valley Titans too, coming up in about a week?
Yeah, these are big ones here. Whenever you get an Area 4 opponent at home, you need to take care of business. Or it's going to put you behind the eight ball a little bit down the back stretch of July there. So we got to be focused, ready to play. These are huge games, our biggest two games of the year. We got to take them pitch by pitch, inning by inning, and see what we can do.
I know the guys in the dugout there, they're not dummies. They probably have looked at the schedule and realized you guys have 13 games over the next 10 days, and that's a busy schedule with a lot of action for you guys. Obviously focused on the two here tonight against the Eugene Challengers, but what kind of things you maybe just kind of put in these guys' back of their minds about the fact that coming up over these next 10 days, it's going to be a grind for you guys?
Well, I think the big thing is our team chemistry is going to get tested. Whenever you're playing that many games and you're hanging around your brothers that long for that many days, things can come up. So the chemistry will be tested, which I think is great. And we'll see what kind of team we really are. I think we're pretty good, but we need to be consistent. We need to become closer as a team as we're going through this process and see what happens.
Do you really, and I've talked about this in the past with these tournaments at this point in the season, especially going up to Corvallis, an opportunity for these guys to really kind of have those big bonding moments that take you to a spot where you can have a special run at the end of the season. Is that kind of what you see this next coming 10 days to be the possibility for these guys then?
100%. I think anytime you get them away from home a little bit, put them in a motel as a group and 3-4 guys in a motel room, you'll really start to see what the team is made of. And then you're playing games on top of that against quality opponents. So that's what I really like about our schedule this year, how it was designed. There's moments throughout the season that it can really change the end of your season, and the kids need to take advantage of that, and I think they will. They're focused.
We talked about, making the turnover to July and where the team's at that point. You want to start getting to the point where you're playing some of your best ball. You mentioned the errors are coming down, but as a whole, where do you feel like this team's at? And are they starting to hit some of those moments where you say, yeah, we're starting to really get into a groove?
Well, I really like kind of where our batting lineup is. Mm-hmm. We've kind of solidified that. Still kind of plugging and chugging with the DH, but and we'll continue to do that. I think that's a spot where we can get guys in and get them reps and continue to develop them. But I like where our lineup's at. I like how we're defending it. I like our presence as a club of just how we're going about our business. We hit today and they had it all set up, ready to go. It's kind of becoming a machine, and once that starts happening, you're starting to become a real team.
Tonight's opponent, the Eugene Challengers, you've gotten a chance to see them here during the tournament that you guys hosted. I'm sure you've gotten some ideas about what they bring to the ballpark on a daily night. What do you think about the opponent here this evening, and what kind of things you guys got to do to try and accomplish your goals?
Well, they're a really good club, really good club. The guy we'll see tonight, Wilkinson, he pitched at UAP this year, so if you don't have a plan and an approach in the box, he's just going to eat you up. So, that will be tested tonight. We've been talking about it a lot with them, and it comes and goes at times, but we need to have a consistent approach in the box. We're going with Stoffel, so I really like our chances when he's on the bump, as well as all our staff. But Jace is kind of he's our guy. So he'll go out, he's going to compete for us like he always does. We need to back him up defensively against a very, very good team that they play with a little bit of swagger. So we got to come out, keep our composure, and just flat get after it.
All right, we look forward to it tonight as the Doc Stewarts take on the Eugene Challengers in an Area 4 doubleheader. We'll thank head coach Jeremiah Robbins for his time here in the Supercuts pregame show. Back with more after this on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyze and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother, and I am an American soldier. I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
The pitcher, number 8, Cole Wilkinson.
Welcome you to the top of the first inning of tonight's ball game. Game number 1 between the Doc Stewarts and the Eugene Challengers. Joey Keyran here with you. We are underway. A couple of pitches into the first at-bat for Cole Wilkinson. The lefty will lay down a bunt, third base side, barehanded by Cody Johnson. And on a 2-0 pitch, he'll lay down a bunt single down the third base line to get the leadoff man on base for the Eugene Challengers. So Cole Wilkinson on tonight's starting pitcher and leading things off with a single against Jay Stoffel, the starter on the mound for the Doc Stewarts this season for Stoffel. 25 and 2/3 innings work, gave up a 2-1 record as a sacrifice bunt attempt. It's a live ball, apparently. The ball got all the way by and got the umpire, who is doubled over in pain. Going first to third was Wilkinson. Apparently time was not called on whether or not that was a foul ball or not. Offering at the plate, Cal Morgan, trying to lay down a sacrifice bunt. Ball got by Spencer Six and went right into the umpire. And I think they're signaling that the runner is going to go back to first base on possibly a dead ball there. Got a man at first. That's going to be the case, and it's going to be a 0-1 count on the foul ball for Cal Morgan. Let's take a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup. Your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Call Cooper's Pest Control 673-0363. For the visiting Eugene Challengers, their starting lineup has Cole Wilkinson, the pitcher, at the top, followed by the left fielder Cal Morgan. Keller Edwards, the starting shortstop, will bat third here in the first, and Jonathan Prescott, the right fielder, is your cleanup batter. As a throw over to first base, not in time to get Wilkinson. Batting fifth, playing at first base, Peyton Bracey. The catcher, Connor Jones, will hit sixth. Preston White, the third baseman, batting seventh. Trent Keeler at second base, hitting eighth. And Kyle Lund, the center fielder, will bat ninth. As a sacrifice bunt laid down, this time back to the mound for Cal Morgan. The sac bunt puts a man in scoring position for Eugene with one away. Lays down a perfect sacrifice bunt. First base side of the mound for Jay Stoffel, but he fields it easily. His only play, though, to first, and a man at second with one away for the Challengers. First pitch now to Keller Edwards, the starting shortstop. He takes on the inside corner on a breaking ball from Stoffel for strike one. Doc Stewart's come in riding a 3-game winning streak. On the other side, Eugene lost their last game, but they are 15-9 overall this season. 4-2 in league play. Doc Stewart's are 5-3. Both teams 1 game behind league leader Willamette Valley. Low in the dirt on the second pitch of the at-bat here to Keller Edwards. A 1-1 count for Stoffel. Foul tipped at the plate for strike two. Keller Edwards, the shortstop, a 1-2 count against him. This season for Edwards, batting .448 for the Challengers. Currently has 19 RBI. Looking to add to that total with Cole Wilkinson out at second base. Swings after a high pitch for strike three. He will not get the RBI. And the Doc Stewarts get the second out on a swing and a miss for Keller Edwards. First strikeout of the night for Jay Stoffel. Don't strike out when it comes to water for your home. Trust more well drilling, keeping Douglas County green since 1947. Give him a call at 541-459-4039. 2 down. First pitch, a swing and a miss for strike one to Jonathan Prescott, the starting right fielder. Prescott from Junction City High School, class of 2019. Swing and a miss for strike two. He has gone after the first 2 pitches he's gotten from Jay Stoffel, and he has not been able to connect so far. Stoffel looking for a punch out here to wrap things up, and he will not get it. The breaking ball doesn't get Prescott to chase after it. Jonathan Prescott coming in, batting .426 on the year. He's heart of the lineup batters with pretty good averages on their stat line so far. High and inside with the fastball for Stoffel, a 2-2 count, as he faces the cleanup hitter with 2 down and 1 man on base at second. The 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Another strikeout to finish things off here in the first inning. A bunt single to lead off the first, but stranded at second base was Cole Wilkinson, and the Doc Stewarts will get through the top of the first inning. No runs on 1 hit. There were no Doc Stewart errors, 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the first. We'll take a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts when we return after this 60-second break on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Bottom of the first inning, Doc Stewart's coming up to bat. Let's take a look through their starting lineups. Brought to you by Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Give them a call at 541-673-0363. For the Doc Stewarts, leading things off, Caden Johnson, the shortstop, followed by the catcher, Spencer Six. Doran Gillespie in right field will bat third. Jonathan Stone at first base, hitting cleanup. Jeb Black is in center field. He'll bat fifth, followed by third baseman Cody Johnson. Casey Pettibone will DH tonight for the Doc Stewarts, hitting seventh. He bats for starting pitcher Jay Stoffel. In left field, batting eighth is Drake Bourgeois. And rounding out the starting nine for head coach Jeremiah Robbins will be Jacob Luther, the starting second baseman. And that is your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup. Want to say thanks to our pregame show sponsor, Supercuts, in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. On the mound, it's Cole Wilkinson, the left-handed starter for Eugene. 21 innings worked, a 3-1 record, a 3.85 ERA. And the first pitch will get a swing and a miss out of Caden Johnson. Johnson, the starting shortstop, has been a great hitter this season for the Doc Stewarts. The 0-1, he swings and foul tips into the glove for strike 2. Johnson this season comes in batting .360. Looking to try and lead things off and get on base. Stepping off the mound before the next pitch is Cole Wilkinson. Wilkinson from Churchill High School, but in 2018 he graduated, went to the University of Portland where he made 8 appearances and started 1 game for the Pilots. The lefty's 0-2 inside with the fastball for a 1-2 count. Wilkinson with U of P pitched 11 2/3 innings, had a 1-1 record. His ERA 8.49, had 11 strikeouts and 9 walks. As a swing and a miss for Johnson, he'll go down for the leadoff out against Wilkinson. Cole Wilkinson, obviously, at the University of Portland, a Division I pitcher and a lefty. Always have that going for you. Starts things out strong as he'll try to mow down the Doc Stewart's roster. Spencer 6 will bat. Lefty versus lefty matchup here for the Docs with 1 out and nobody on. First pitch, strike on the outside corner to give Spencer an 0-1 count. Spencer comes into the at-bat, hitting .283, bringing the average up near 300. Coming along as of late. 0-1 pitch to 6. Takes for strike 2 on the outside half. Bottom into the strike zone for him. 0-0 ball game here in the bottom of the first. An 0-2 pitch coming up for Wilkinson. 1 strikeout already to his total. The 0-2. Spencer making contact, fouls it away down the third base side. For Wilkinson this season, he comes in 24 strikeouts over 21 innings of work, only 3 walks. So the Doc Stewarts will have to get up there and be looking for their hacks, as obviously not issuing many walks. Wilkinson has been pretty accurate. A check swing. Did he go around? No. Spencer did not. He'll have a 1-2 count as the Eugene dugout reacting to the no call. Full dugout down up on the railing on the first base side for Eugene. The 1-2 pitch inside at the hands to even things up at a 2-2 count for Spencer 6. Spencer 6 from Roseburg High School will be our interview guest in between games here tonight, so stay tuned to hear from Spencer as we continue our series of player interviews this summer. 2-2 pitch. Spencer fouls off the pitch to stay alive. A check swing there, got off the handle of the bat. Fouled down the third base side. Mentioned that it's a summer night here at the ballpark. This does not feel like summer. It feels like fall here at the ballpark tonight. 2-2 pitch for Wilkinson. Breaking ball. That's only ball 3 for Spencer. He's going to have to come back to the plate. That's not always the best thing for a hitter, to think you've drawn a walk and have to come back to the plate. And, in fact, everybody behind him thought the same thing. Jonathan Stone had moved on deck. Doran Gillespie was walking up to the plate. And in the hole, Jet Black was ready to go as well. But they'll all reset as back to the plate goes Spencer 6. A full count pitch. Gets underneath this, out to left field, coming in. Won't be able to get there in time. Cal Morgan comes up just short of making the catch in left field. A soft liner to left for Spencer 6. He'll find his way on base one way or another. And the Docs have their first hit of the night. 1 on with 1 out. And up to bat next will be Doran Gillespie. Bloop single to left field. Cal Morgan came charging in hard at first, but he decided he'll lay up and make the play on the 1 hop. 1 on, 1 out. Doran Gillespie batting next for the Doc Stewarts. The right-hander from Roseburg stands in. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Gillespie batting .309 this season for the Docs. So on the verge of issuing his 4th walk of the season, Wilkinson didn't give up the walk. He ends up giving up the single. A 1-1 pitch is at the knees on the outer half for a called strike against Gillespie. Taking a look around the diamond defensively for Eugene here in the bottom of the first inning. Connor Jones behind the plate. Peyton Bracey out at first. Trent Keeler at second. Keller Edwards at short and Preston White at third. It's a check swing on a breaking ball. Did he go? No. The throw to second. Not in time as Spencer will get in on the wild pitch. Good read out at first by Spencer. Taking second to get into scoring position. And it's a ball taken at the plate by Gillespie. So everything working in the Doc's favor on that one. The wild pitch puts 6 into scoring position with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. The 2-1 from Edwards. He checks second and delivers. That ball lifted foul and out of play down the right side. Finishing out the starting defensive alignment for Eugene, Cal Morgan in left, Kyle Lund in center, and Jonathan Prescott in right field. The Doc Stewart starting right fielder. Doran Gillespie back at the plate with a 2-2 count. Wilkinson delivers. A ground ball left side. Gets into left field. Spencer will hold that third. The throw goes to the cutoff man. Preston White, the third baseman, cuts it off, turns and looks at first, and it's back-to-back singles for the Doc Stewarts here in the bottom of the first inning.
The next batter, first baseman,
runners on the corners with one away. Jonathan Stone will come up to bat next. Good to see a couple of early base hits for the Doc Stewarts, maybe breaking the kind of stigma around facing Cole Wilkinson. Obviously, Wilkinson, a very talented pitcher. A 3-1 record this year, a lot of strikeouts, and he pitched at the D1 level, but if the Docs can start putting some bats on the balls, they might be able to do some damage. A ball in the air to right field. Charging in. The ball not caught by Jonathan Prescott out and right. Making an attempt across the line. Tried to make a basket catch out in front of him as he came across the foul line in right field, and that ball about 6 inches in front of him. Tagging and waiting to score was Spencer Six, but he has to head back to the bag with the foul ball. An 0-1 count for Jonathan Stone. Wilkinson delivers. A strike at the knees on the outer half. An 0-2 count now against Stone. So you imagine that, the Docs going in against an ace, one of the top aces in Area 4 in Wilkinson. Maybe a little nervous about facing a big guy, but if you start to see the hits piling up, everybody else can maybe start calming down a little bit at the plate. As time called, Wilkinson delivered in, but the pitch will not count. Guys can maybe relax a little bit, and it maybe breaks the thoughts in the back of their mind that, oh boy, this guy's untouchable. A couple of early hits for the Docs. A pair of singles here in the first have runners on the corners. Stone will put one in the air out to shallow left center. It drops in for a base hit. Gillespie to second. Six will come in to score. The Docs haven't necessarily hit Wilkinson hard, but they've gotten 3 straight singles, and they take a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. Stone picks up the RBI. For Jonathan Stone this season, that is his 20th RBI of the year, second most on the team, only behind Doran Gillespie with 21. Scoring was Spencer Six. Up to second goes Doran Gillespie. Docs lead 1-0, and up to bat will be Jet Black. Still just 1 out here in the bottom of the first. First pitch, swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 1. Docs have been getting some strong swings early on against Wilkinson, making contact. 0-1 count against Jet Black. Jet hitting .387 on this season. He takes for ball 1. Here in the bottom of the first, Doc Stewart's Baseball brought to you by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. Pick up a delicious, refreshing Pepsi today. The 1-1 pitch, high and away. 2-1 count. Out at second base, Doran Gillespie. At first base, Jonathan Stone. Doc Stewart's wearing the home whites here tonight. Dr. Stewart's across the chest in blue, outlined in orange. 2-1, line to left field. That's not hit very hard. Charging in, a sliding attempt from Morgan in left. He'll make the catch. Going feet first to make the grab for the second out. Docs have really been flaring them into shallow outfield territory. And Morgan that time off the bat realized it pretty quick, and he made a sprint to get there in time. That feet first slide is the second out. 2 down. Cody Johnson will bat next for the Docs as they look to add some more, leading 1-0. First inning of action here between the Docs and the Challengers. First pitch to Cody Johnson, catches the inside corner. Cody Johnson this season batting .289 for the Docs, has 9 RBI. He takes high and away for a 1-1 count. Gillespie at second, Stone at first. Decent speed on the bases for the Docs. Wilkinson's 1-1 pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 2. So Wilkinson 1 strike away from getting out of the first inning. Docs taking an early lead, trying to add to it with a 2-out rally here. On a gray overcast day in Roseburg. I got to imagine the lights will start coming on here soon. A 1-2 pitch for Johnson. Cody waits. He'll take outside for ball 2. That pitch from Wilkinson did not miss by a lot. Trying to get a little bit of a nibble with that pitch to see if he can get Cody Johnson to go after it. The 2-2 to Johnson. And a look back to second base for Wilkinson. Nobody on the bag. Keller Edwards and Trent Keeler, neither near the bag to hold on Doran Gillespie. 3 straight singles giving the Docs a 1-run lead so far here in the first. Trying to add a 4th hit. Cody Johnson at the plate. The 2-2. Gets underneath one and fouls it away down the first base side. So we'll do it again on the 2-2 count. The 2-2 pitch for Wilkinson. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball outside. A strikeout to finish things up for Cole Wilkinson. But the Doc Stewarts take the early lead against the Challengers. 1 run on 3 hits for the Docs. No errors for Eugene, and 2 men left on base. Through 1 inning of play, it's Docs 1, Challengers nothing. We'll have more coming up as we head to the second inning on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great. Participate.
Top of the second inning, Docs lead 1-0 against the Eugene Challengers. Tonight's game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Jay Stoffel now with the lead to work with will face the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. First pitch swinging for Peyton Bracey is a grounder rolled up the middle. Past second base into center field where Jet Black will come in to get it. A leadoff single for Peyton Bracey. Wasting no time. Leadoff man gets on base for a second straight inning for the Challengers. Cole Wilkinson led off the first with a bunt single, but did not come around to score. Nobody out. Connor Jones, the catcher, will bat. Stoffel's first pitch misses low and inside to Jones. Connor Jones this season, batting at .234 for Eugene. He'll take a strike. A 1-1 count. The pitch is down the middle again for another called strike against Jones, and he's behind 1-2. Connor Jones this season coming from Churchill High School, headed to Treasure Valley Community College. He'll ground one left side. It goes off the glove of Caden Johnson at short and into left field. A diving attempt head first to try and keep that ball on the infield grass, and he could not do so. It'll be a back-to-back singles now for the Challengers, putting runners at first and second here in the second inning. Doc's looking to try and turn a double play here. That last ball off the bat of Connor Jones, not in a good location to try and turn two. Preston White, the third baseman, hitting. White steps in, hitting .375 on the year. The first pitch from Stoffel in his toughest spot so far, and he beans him. First pitch to Preston White will load the bases with the hit by pitch. Stoffel's first hit batter of the night. Trent Keeler will bat next, the starting second baseman, hitting with the bases loaded and nobody out. For Jay Stoffel, that's only the third batter he's hit so far this season. Bases juiced. Eugene trying to even up the score. First pitch from Stoffel is low for ball one. Behind the plate is Spencer Six catching tonight for the Doc Stewarts. We'll run through the rest of the defense. The 1-0 swung on and missed for strike one. Keeler, the 8-hitter in the lineup for the Challengers. At first, Jonathan Stone, Jacob Luther at second, Caden Johnson at short, Cody Johnson at third. A 1-1 pitch here for Stoffel. Strike on the outside corner. Needed that one, and it goes to a 1-2 count. In the outfield from left to right for the Docs tonight, Drake Bourgeois in left, Jet Black in center, and Doran Gillespie in right. The 1-2 is fouled off. I was thinking before the game, I wish that Doran Gillespie's last name started with a B instead. Then you could have your killer bees in the outfield with Bourgeois, Blake, and somebody else. Gillespie will work, though. Just missed on the strike three pitch. The off speed was elevated. A 2-2 count for Trent Keeler. Stoffel, a strikeout here would be big. They play in on the corners. Ball three has been issued. Full count now for Keeler. And Stoffel will have to challenge the hitter to avoid giving up a bases loaded walk. The 3-2 pitch fouled away. Keeler not quite on top of it, but getting enough to stay alive. On the bases at third, Peyton Bracey, a leadoff single. Connor Jones got a single on the infield. He's at second, and at first is Preston White after getting hit by a pitch. That ball jam shot, fouled on the first base side, stays a full count, and we've got another 3-2 pitch coming up. Jace sets his 3-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. A huge strikeout for Jace Stoffel, his third of the night. Recording the first out here in the second. One down, and up next, the 9-hitter Kyle Lund, the center fielder, batting again with the bases loaded and one down. Doc's looking for that magic double play ball. Lund comes in batting .340. The lefty digs into the box. Swings at the first pitch, goes to short, to Luther, to first to Stone. Got him! Double play will wrap it up. Docs load the bases defensively to start out this top of the second. Eugene cannot cash in. And that'll finish things off in the top of the second inning. Doc Stewarts keep the 1-0 lead on top of the Eugene Challengers. To the bottom of the second we go. Doc's coming up to bat on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Bottom of the second inning, Doc Stewart's leading 1-0 so far against the Eugene Challengers. Tonight's game brought to you by Bimart. Score big at Bimart, where you can get ready for your season for less. So the Doc Stewarts able to shut out Eugene in the top of the second inning after they loaded the bases with nobody out. A punch out and then a double play ball for Jay Stoffel gets him out of the jam. And now the Docs will look to start adding to that lead. The 7-8-9 hitters coming up against Cole Wilkinson. Casey Pettibone, the DH, will lead things off. Pettibone from Umpqua Valley Christian School. First pitch, top end of the strike zone for a called strike. Pettibone this season batting .308. First year of action with the AAA ball club. The 0-1 pitch. Rides inside from the lefty to the righty. Lights starting to come on here at Legion Field. Mentioned that it's been a gray and gloomy day here at the ballpark and throughout the Umpqua Basin. Pitch high and away, goes all the way to the backstop for Wilkinson. Missed everything. Out of the reach of the catcher, Connor Jones, and all the way to the netting behind home. Here in Roseburg today, right now 64 degrees. We had a high of 67 this afternoon. Not what you were expecting the start of July in Roseburg. Swing and a miss for strike 2 for Pettibone. 2-2 count for the Docs leadoff man here in the second. Wilkinson's delivery. Fouled away by Pettibone. He'll have another look at a 2-2 count. Cole Wilkinson out there on the mound. So far, up around 33 pitches on the day. Saw 6 hitters in the first inning. It's 2-2. Ground ball up the middle, not hit very hard. Takes a late bounce. Trent Keeler at second. His throw to first, not there in time. That ball just took a while to get up the middle. Keeler fielding that one behind second. His feet kind of giving out beneath him. Couldn't make the strongest throw to first. With how long that one takes to get through the middle and not the strongest throw from Keeler, Pettibone able to beat that one out. An infield single for the Doc Stewarts, their 4th hit of the night. Drake Bourgeois will bat next. He lays down a bunt looking to sacrifice the runner to second, and he will. Up to second base goes Pettibone, who took a turn, and they throw out that way to check on him. He gets back to the bag. Off the mound, Wilkinson fielded that one to get Bourgeois at first. One away. Pettibone in scoring position, and the 9-hitter,
Second baseman number 12,
Jacob Luther, will come up to bat. Jacob Luther started out this season on a tear at the plate. He has cooled as of late. Comes in batting .306 on the year. Fouls back a pitch for strike 1. And players are going to go through hot and cold streaks, but for Jacob Luther, he hasn't had a hit in his last 6 games. Looking to turn that around here. When he is on, he's been a very dangerous hitter for the Docs this season. The 0-1 pitch from Cole Wilkinson with a man in scoring position. That ball golfed foul down the third base side for Luther. Went chasing a breaking ball pitch low and inside. Luther digs back in on the inside edge of the right-handed batter's box. His 0-2 pitch slaps it right side, just foul. And it'll stay an 0-2 count. Docs leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Wilkinson trying to get through with a man in scoring position. His 0-2 offering. Slapped right side again, gets through into right field, and they will hold Pettibone at third. In right field, Jonathan Prescott, a couple of pump fakes before he sends it back into the infield. And a 0-2 single to right for Jacob Luther. Going opposite field, he'll snap that hitless streak and comes up big with a man in scoring position to drive Pettibone to third. Top of the lineup now, Caden Johnson will bat, looking to try and drive in a second run for the Docs. Pettibone, also from Umpqua Valley Christian School, moves along on his spring teammate's hit, Jacob Luther, a recent graduate from UVC, on at first. On the corners with one away for the Docs, Caden Johnson at the plate. Struck out his first time up. He'll lay down a bunt. The flip goes back to the mound. The ball got away at the plate, and up. Everybody will move up. It's a fielder's choice for Caden Johnson. Pettibone will score. He goes back to the plate to make sure. He'll go back to the plate to grab the bat. Docs will add a run at the plate. Connor Jones grabbing at his throwing hand. He's got tape around his wrist. He's shaking out his throwing hand. The contact shaking him up a bit. The ball came loose. It was a perfectly played ball by Cole Wilkinson on the mound. Fielded, underhand flip to the catcher, but somehow Casey Pettibone, in his slide to the plate, knocked that ball loose. And so it's a 2-0 lead for the Doc Stewarts, and they have runners at second and third with just one out. And so that'll be an error at the plate for Connor Jones. A bit of an unfortunate one for the catcher to have to suffer that call. Fielder's choice on the bunt by Caden Johnson as he tried to squeeze home the runner.
Next batter, catcher.
And up next will be Spencer Six. First pitch to Spencer. He grounds it right side. It's knocked down by Trent Keeler. They go to first to get the out. The throw to second nearly gets away. It's knocked down by Keller Edwards. Peyton Bracey throwing to second. Off at the bag at second was Caden Johnson. And Johnson able to get back to the bag safely. Spencer Six with the infield in, almost slapped that one through, but could not get it by Trent Keeler at second. 2 down, and it'll come up to Doran Gillespie to try and drive in a run. Doc's already up 2-0. First pitch high for ball one to Doran Gillespie. The 1-0 for Gillespie. Got underneath it, fouls it back to the screen. A 1-1 count now for the Docs 3-hitter. First time up for Gillespie. Grounded one through the left side. One for one so far for Gillespie. Gets underneath this one, high in the air to right field. Not going to be enough to get over Jonathan Prescott. And the right fielder will make the catch as he squeezes the leather to finish things off in the second inning. But for a second consecutive inning, the Doc Stewarts send 6 hitters to the plate, and they add a run. Here in the bottom of the second, 1 run on 2 hits. There was 1 error for Eugene, and the Docs leave 2 men stranded on base. 2-0 our scores. We go to the top of the third inning. Docs in front on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Cole Wilkinson.
2-0 our score. Doc Stewart's in front of the Eugene Challengers. First pitch from Jay Stoffel to the leadoff man, Cole Wilkinson, in for strike 1. So we start the third inning. Ground ball to second base. Jacob Luther in front of the routine ground ball to retire the first batter. Wilkinson rolling that one over, pulling it for the lefty to second base. 0 for 2 in the game now, or excuse me, 1 for 2 now in the game for Cole Wilkinson. 1 away, Cal Morgan will bat. Morgan 0 for 0 in the game with a sac bunt in the first. Morgan starting in left field, line shot, gets just by Jacob Luther at second base into right center. That line shot will put a man on here in the third for the Challengers. Bats have been coming through for both teams so far, but the Docs have been able to turn it into runs. The Challengers so far have not. Leaving the bases loaded, well, actually having the bases loaded with nobody out in the second, but unable to score. They'll try to come back from that with this third inning, trailing 2-0. That ball from Morgan almost caught by second baseman Jacob Luther. Ground ball left side, backhanded, knocked down by Johnson, but it gets into left field. And runners will be at first and second with 1 away. So that ground ball on the left side gets through on a single
Jonathan Prescott
by Keller Edwards. Johnson didn't quite get the leather on it as he tried to backhand that pitch. So Edwards at first, Morgan at second, and a pitch in the dirt for a 1-0 count to Jonathan Prescott. Prescott 0 for 1 in the game, struck out swinging back in the first. 1 of 4 strikeouts for Jay Stoffel. Foul tip into the glove for strike 1. Docs leading at 2-0 in this one so far. The 1-1 from Stoffel. Swing and a miss going after the high heat. Prescott's going to want that swing back. He unfortunately will not get it. Stoffel, his last time out, making his last start, 6 1/3 innings against Grants Pass, did not get the run support he needed in that game after giving up some early runs. This ball in the air, foul. Jonathan Stone's going to chase it. It's into the seats down the right side. It'll stay a 1-2 count for Prescott, the cleanup hitter. Stoffel last time out had that 6 1/3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them were earned, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts. He gave up all 3 runs in the first. After that, he was pitching a shutout against Grants Pass, but the offense just couldn't come through for the Docs. As a foul tip into the glove for strike 3. A big strikeout for Jay Stoffel. His 5th of the night, 2nd against Jonathan Prescott. And folks, remember, don't strike out when it comes to water for your home. Trust more well drilling, keeping Douglas County green since 1947. 2 down, Peyton Bracey will bat. 1 for 1 in the game, had a single in the second. The first pitch bounces in front of the plate, and with the chest protector, Spencer Six knocking that ball down and keeping it in front of him, holding both runners. At second base, Cal Morgan went back to the bag. Keller Edwards did not have as much of a lead at first. reacting to what the runner in front of him was doing. A 1-0 pitch. Bracey on a breaking ball, swing and a miss, took a big cut, but it was fooled on that pitch. A 1-1 count now against the first baseman Peyton Bracey from Willamette High School, graduating here in 2019. He'll take a breaking ball low and outside for a 2-1 count. Bracey headed to Umpqua Community College to play for head coach Jeremiah Robbins there with the Riverhawks, playing against his future head coach here tonight. A 2-1 pitch, high for ball 3. Peyton Bracey coming in, batting .364 on the season for the Challengers. Hitting here with runners on and 2 away. 3-1, check swing, foul ball. Heads to the dugout for the Challengers down the first base side. Eugene wearing their red tops tonight with the blue numbers on the back outlined in white, the blue button-up tops. Great trousers for them. Red socks on the stirrups, the two-tone white and blue caps as well. Full count pitch with 2 down. Runners will be going on the pitch to the plate. Time called before Stoffel gets into his windup. So we'll do it again here on the 3-2, and out to the mound will go Spencer 6. Doc Stewart's Baseball Today brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Book your travel plans with their travel experts, now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg. And ask Jane about her Viking River cruise from Budapest to Amsterdam coming up next April. That sounds like fun. 3-2 pitch for Stoffel, trying to get through the third inning with the Docs leading 2-0. Luther holding the runner on at second. The pitch goes to the plate. It's fouled back. We'll do it again. Luther was standing on second as Stoffel turned his head to the plate and started his windup. Luther was racing back to his position on the right side of the infield. He'll start at that position now. Holding on the runner, Cal Morgan at second. A 3-2 pitch coming up once again with 2 down here in the top of the third. Stoffel takes his time, and he'll step off. And the first base coach for Eugene was trying to call a balk against Stoffel. The umpires did not see what he might have been trying to point out.
Sammy Bergman.
Again, we'll go with the full count pitch. Stoffel set, kicks and delivers. No, ball 4. Oh, the umpire, I thought by his body language, I thought he was calling strike 3 on a bit of a delayed call. But instead, it's ball 4 to walk the bases loaded. So Peyton Bracey will reach base for a second time, and Connor Jones will come up to bat. Jones had a single on the infield his last time up. First pitch, he'll swing and miss for strike 1. Jones hit a grounder to short. It was in the hole. It was knocked down by Caden Johnson, but it got away from him for the infield single. Pitch misses high, a 1-1 count to Jones. 1-1. Strike on the outside corner on the fastball. A 1-2 count now for Jay Stoffel. Jones, the catcher, was at the plate when Casey Pettibone came in to score. Pettibone sliding into Jones as he tried to get around the legs, and the ball got knocked loose on the tag attempt. The 1-2 fouls that one out of play down the right field side. Another 1-2 pitch here for Stoffel out of his windup. Fouled back for a second time. Stoffel's pitch count up at the half-century mark now. His 1-2 is in the dirt this time. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Docs leading 2-0. Once again, Eugene with the bases loaded. The 2-2 pitch. Ground ball chopper, third base side, is picked up by Cody Johnson. His throw to first is in time. And the Docs once again get through it with some defense behind Jay Stoffel. A high bounder to third off the bat of Connor Jones. Can't get over the head of Cody Johnson. And that'll finish things off in the top of the third inning. For Eugene, no runs on 2 hits. No Doc Stewart errors. 3 men left on base. We go to the bottom of the third. Doc's leading 2-0 on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother, and I am an American soldier. I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Cole Wilkinson back out for his third inning of work against the Doc Stewarts. His team trailing 2-0. Doc Stewart's baseball on the score brought to you by Cruz Farms Market, now open for the season. And, of course, don't forget the pie. It'll be Jonathan Stone, Jet Black, and Cody Johnson for the Docs here in the third inning. Docs have scored 1 in the first and 1 in the second to build this 2-0 lead. Both teams with 5 hits in the ballgame so far. The pitch to Stone. First pitch swinging, pops it straight up on the infield. Charging in, Keller Edwards, the shortstop, will make the catch to retire Stone. Jonathan reached on a single his first time up. This time pops out on the infield.
The next batter, number 18,
1 away.
Jet Black.
And Jet Black will come up to bat next for the Docs. Jet 0 for 1, flew out to left field his first time up. First pitch swinging for Jet, grounds it, shortstop, up with the play. His throw off line to first. Slow roller to short for Jet. He gets on. Base hit there to short. Charging to his right, Keller Edwards making that throw on the run.
Now batting number 2, Cody Johnson.
And getting on base, Jet Black. Now Cody Johnson up there swinging at the first pitch, fouls it away. It appears as if the Docs are going with an approach of swinging early in counts against Cole Wilkinson. It's a pitch low for a 1-1 count now against Johnson. Every batter this inning has taken a cut at the first pitch from Cole Wilkinson. Cody Johnson struck out swinging in the first inning. That wrapped things up in the first. He's looking for redemption here as he takes a pitch low and inside for a 2-1 count. Doc Stewart's looking to match a season-high win streak with 4 straight. Ground ball chopper towards second. Flip to second for 1. The relay to first not going to be made. So Johnson reaches on a fielder's choice. Out at second base was Jet Black. 4-6 on the putout. Trent Keeler charging in to field that one on the grass, then spun around and made the flip to the bag behind him to get the out at second. So 2 down with still a man on at first for the Doc Stewarts, and Casey Pettibone will try to extend the inning. Throw down to first base from the catcher. Connor Jones gets into right field. Cody Johnson will move up to second, and he gets in with a head-first slide on the throwing error. There'll be an error on the catcher. 2 now on the night for Connor Jones, who's had a tough night there. 1-0 count at the plate for Casey Pettibone. The 1-0 delivery here for Pettibone. And Wilkinson will step off and look back. Cody Johnson at second. Pettibone had a single back up the middle in the second and came around to score. He takes a strike at the knees over the heart of the plate. Also in action today, the Pepsi bottle caps. Looks like they may still be in action for game 2. No throw back to second. The shortstop, Keller Edwards, was right there on the bag looking for the pickoff throw, and I think that's what ended up forcing Cole Wilkinson to decide to pick off to second. As a strike at the knees again for Pettibone. He's got a 1-2 count. Wilkinson didn't throw to second, but he made the pickoff move there. And I think he did that mainly because he knew his shortstop would be out of position if he didn't step off the mound and try to throw to second. A 1-2 pitch now to Casey Pettibone. Swing and a miss to wrap things up here in the third. Pettibone goes down swinging. It is the third strikeout of the game for Cole Wilkinson. And for the first time here tonight, the Doc Stewarts go without a run scored. No runs on one hit. There was one Eugene error and one man left on base. We head to the fourth inning. Docs leading 2-0 on top of the Eugene Challengers here on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
In the third inning, there were no runs, no hits.
Season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Top of the fourth inning, Docs on top, 2-0. As up to bat for Eugene will be Preston White. Tonight's game brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning, your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. Quickly do an 0-2 count here for Preston White. White has been on base once with a hit by pitch. His 0-2 delivery is low for a 1-2 count from Jay Stoffel. Stoffel on the mound into his fourth inning of work. Swing and a miss. He'll get another strikeout. For Jace, that is strikeout number 6 in the contest.
Next batter, number 3, Trent.
One away as Stoffel facing the bottom third of the lineup here for Eugene. He'll take on Trent Keeler now. Keeler 0 for 1 with a strikeout his first time up. First pitch swung on and fouled away for Keeler. Keeler striking out in a big situation in the second inning. He was up to bat with the bases loaded and nobody out, and he struck out. And then Kyle Lund behind him, who waits on deck, grounded into an inning-ending double play. 1-1 count now for Keeler, who takes in the dirt. The pitch from Stoffel. That one fouled into the grandstands over on the right side and out of play for strike 2. The 1-2 pitch is in the air now for Keeler on the far side. And Keeler will fly out to right field. Doran Gillespie coming in to get that one. 2 down. Looking for a 1-2-3 inning here for Stoffel. Closest he got to that was the first inning after giving up a leadoff single. He retired the next 3 batters. First pitch now to Kyle Lund, the lefty, is high and away. Lund grounded into that inning-ending double play in the second inning, the best scoring opportunity that Eugene has had so far. Fouls away a pitch for a 1-1 count. We'll take a look at our Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update here in the 4th inning. Might come in the bottom of the 4th. Check in on those Pepsi bottle caps. Mentioned they were in action today with a doubleheader. The 2-1 taken for strike 2. So Kyle Lund down to a 2-2 count with nobody on and 2 down. Swings and fouls off a pitch to stay alive with the 2-2 count. So Pepsi was taking on South Coos today in a league doubleheader, and Game 1 went to extras. They haven't even started Game 2 of that doubleheader. Game 1 going to extras. As a swing and a miss will wrap things up here in the top of the 4th. For Pepsi, they lost 11-10 in Game 1 in extra innings in that contest. And again, Game 2 coming up here momentarily. In Game 1 of our doubleheader here at Legion Field, the Doc Stewart still hanging on to a 2-0 lead as Jay Stoffel strikes out another batter and he retires the side. 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Doc's on top by 2 on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490. The Score. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
First batter for Doc Stewart to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning, left fielder Drake Bourgeois.
Bottom of the 4th. Doc Stewart's leading 2-0 against the Eugene Challengers. First pitch for Drake Bourgeois, up for a second time. First time up, laid down a sacrifice bunt. He swings and misses for strike 1. Doc's in front against Cole Wilkinson, who misses high for ball 1.
Last chance.
The 1-1 to Bourgeois, fights it off, got jammed on that one, somehow fights it off down the first base side, but fouls it away for strike 2, a 1-2 count. The 1-2 delivery coming up for Wilkinson here is offering to Bourgeois. Swing and a miss. And Bourgeois will go down with the strikeout. For Wilkinson, he's a strikeout guy. That is only his 4th, though, tonight. 1 away. Obviously, that number higher than what the Doc Stewarts would like to see it. But on the other side, Jay Stoffel's gotten up to 7 in this contest. So right now, Stoffel winning that battle between the two pitchers, the two aces on these staffs. Up to bat with 1 out and nobody on, Jacob Luther. First pitch swinging, lifts it into center field. And that is a routine fly ball out to center fielder Kyle Lund to retire the second batter here in the bottom of the 4th. Both teams' bats going a bit quiet here as of late. Eugene in the top of the 4th went down 1-2-3. Doc Stewart's right now on verge of doing the same. 2 away. Caden Johnson up to bat. Last time reached on a fielder's choice. He gets underneath the first pitch in the air to right side. Charging in, the right fielder, Jonathan Prescott, will make the catch in foul territory. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Doc Stewarts at the plate. We will head to the top of the 5th inning. Doc still clinging to that 2-0 lead. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Both teams go scoreless in the 4th. It's a 2-0 lead for the Doc Stewarts as we start the 5th inning. Doc's Baseball on the Score, brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. We'll take a look at the Area 4 scoreboard here in this 5th inning. First pitch for Stoffel against the top of the lineup now. Cole Wilkinson at the plate, fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. Garrettson Building Supply, our scoreboard update sponsors. Garrettson Building Supply, building relationships, building projects, building materials. Garrettson Building Supply, supporting our Douglas County community for over 90 years. Wilkinson chips one foul down the first base side. An 0-2 count now. So we told you about Pepsi losing in single-A Legion baseball. In the AAA level in Area 4, you've got Willamette Valley at Grants Pass tonight in a league doubleheader. Medford and Klamath Falls have the night off. They will both be in action tomorrow in a doubleheader in Klamath Falls. 1-2 count now for Wilkinson. He chops one up the middle. It'll be Luther in front of it, but he swipes at the ball, can't field it cleanly. And the Docs will have their first error of the night, one on to lead things off here in the 5th. So reaching for a second time on the night, Cole Wilkinson leads things off here in the 5th inning by getting on base. Checking the score update from Grants Pass, where the Nuggets are hosting the Titans. Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Cal Morgan. It is a tie ball game, if I'm remembering. I just looked at it on my phone. Tied at 2 in the top of the 4th of that one. Some bad news for the Nuggets as the runner going on the hit and run. It's fouled off for strike 2, and back to the bag will go Wilkinson at first. Some tough news for the Nuggets. One of their aces on the staff and one of their big hitters, first baseman as well, Cade King, out for the year with a torn labrum. Shoulder injury there, and that is unfortunate news for the Nuggets, who are right there in the thick of the race for a postseason bid in Area 4. The 0-2 pitch for Stoffel with a man at first. Takes his time. He slide steps to the plate, and it's another foul ball. Stays an 0-2 count against Cal Morgan, who is 1 for 1. A single in the 3rd inning for his only base hit of the night so far. So Grants Pass suffering a bit of a loss there with Cade King going down with the injury, out for the year. But right now they are in a tie ball game against Willamette Valley, the current leader in Area 4, at 5-1 in league games. Swinging a foul tip back again from Morgan. They'll stay alive. If the Nuggets were to get Willamette Valley, we are going to start having a real jumbled mess at the top of the Area 4 standings after tonight. Going to definitely make for an interesting title race in Area 4 this season. On the mound, an 0-2 count. Stoffel has thrown a couple of 0-2 pitches against Cal Morgan. He's trying to get that strike 3. Runner going, they pitch out, the throw to second, plenty of time, got him. They picked it right. The pitch out, Six was up and ready to throw to second well before that pitch even made its way in, and Wilkinson thrown out by a mile, making the tag. Jacob Luther at second. Caught stealing for out number one. Bases empty, a 1-2 count at the plate. That ball off the handles, popped up in the air out towards left field, and Drake Bourgeois underneath it to retire the second batter. 2 down, and the defensive work behind Jay Stoffel helping him out there. That was great planning on the chess match in that at-bat against Cal Morgan. So Wilkinson out at second, caught stealing. And then on the very next pitch, Cal Morgan flying out to left field. 2 down and nobody on base as Keller Edwards takes high for ball one. A 1-0 count to Edwards, who is 1 for 2 in the ball game. He takes low and outside for a 2-0 count. Neither team has had any action in their bullpen so far tonight as we're into the 5th inning. Tie ball game at 2-0. Stoffel missing low for a 3-0 count. And out to the mound is going to go Spencer Six. So 3 balls, no strike count for Jay Stoffel. Trying not to give up a 2-out walk on 4 straight pitches. Six looks to the dugout to get the signal from pitching coach Bo Kearns over there. A 3-0 from Stoffel. Right down the pipe for a called strike. Trying to get through this 5th inning. The 3-1. Ground ball, third base side, gets past the diving Cody Johnson down the left field line. Bourgeois will get it. Running for second, the throw not in time. A split second behind. Luther applying the tag at second base, but in safely goes Edwards, his second hit of the game. And the extra base hit puts a man in scoring position with 2 down. For Eugene, that is your first extra base hit of the ball game. And that 2-out double brings up Jonathan Prescott, who's 0 for 2 in the game with a pair of strikeouts. Comes up with a man in scoring position. He'll wrap one into left field. Bourgeois on the run. Around third, Edwards heading to the plate. And he will jog in as the throw goes to second to hold Prescott to a single. He drives in the first run of the game for Eugene. And it's a 2-1 ball game. Keller Edwards coming in to score on the 2-out single by Jonathan Prescott. He comes through with his first base hit of the evening, and it's a critical one. Cuts the deficit in half. The 2 outs, Edwards was running all the way on that one. So he scored easily. And now head coach Kenny Niles in his first year leading Eugene headed towards the plate. Looks like maybe makes some. Yeah, they're going to make a change here. Out at first base, Prescott. Something appears to be wrong with him. He's headed to the dugout. I did not catch what might have been wrong with him. No limp to show. Takes off his helmet, bangs it against the bench just a couple of times. Controlled himself there, but he heads back into the dugout. And it's going to be a pinch runner at first base. Brandon Good will take over at first for Jonathan Prescott. We'll keep an eye on that. Prescott, the right fielder. See if he comes back out there. Re-entering into the game in the same position, but Prescott did not seem to be in good shape as he walked back to the dugout, and I don't know the reason behind his exit. Pickoff throw over to first. Good back in safely on the second throw over by Jay Stoffel. Good has been taking a rather large lead. Another throw that direction. And back in safely. Brandon Good from Churchill High School, headed to Treasure Valley as well, his first year here on the Challenger squad. At the plate is Peyton Bracey, 1 for 1 in the game. Walked his last time up. He'll take the pitch high for ball 1. 2-1 our score. Eugene on the board for the first time tonight. Scoring here in the 5th on a 2-out single by Jonathan Prescott, who then came out of the game. Pickoff throw again by Stoffel to first. Stone there to receive it, but no tag applied. It was Keller Edwards' 2-out double that just went right down that left field line that set up the run here in the 5th inning. Strike taken by Bracey gives him a 1-1 count. Doc Stewart's Baseball this evening brought to you by Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop. This is game 1 of a doubleheader. Docs and Challengers. A 1-1. Ground ball, third base side, picked up by Cody Johnson, and an easy throw to first will finish things off. Bracey retired. But Eugene gets one on the board. They trail 2-1. 1 run on 2 hits. There was one Doc Stewart's error, and there was 1 man left on base. Go to the bottom of the 5th. Doc's now leading 2-1 on top of the Eugene Challengers on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Okay, for an Abby's Pizza, for ticket number 5440976. 5440976.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Doc Stewart's ahead 2-1 against the Eugene Challengers in this Area 4 showdown. Game 1 of the doubleheader. Spencer 6 will bat for the Docs. He is 1 for 2 tonight. He faces the lefty Cole Wilkinson for a 3rd time. Takes the first pitch for strike 1. Umpqua Community College Athletic Director Craig Jackson winning the 50-50 pot. And he donated it back. Attaboy. That was a nice pot tonight, too. So a good donation there to the Legion baseball program. Good to see Craig there. Decked out in his Umpqua Community College baseball gear. Getting ready for baseball to get started up at UCC next season with Coach Robbins at the helm. An 0-1 pitch to 6. It's going to be a 1-1 pitch to 6. He takes outside and in the dirt for a 2-1 count. Two balls, 1 strike against Spencer 6. Cole Wilkinson on the mound. The lefty so far has allowed just 6 hits in the ball game. But the 2 runs in the first and then in the second, a run in each inning, has his team behind. 2-1, though, as the Challengers getting a run in the top of the 5th. A check swing that time. He went around. Oh, and that'll be strike 3. I guess I was behind a strike in the at-bat. Okay. So a swing and a miss for Spencer 6. He'll go down for out number 1, and Doran Gillespie will come up to bat.
Number 11, Doran Gillespie.
Check swing strikeout there for Spencer. 5th strikeout of the night for Cole Wilkinson. Gillespie 1 for 2 in the game. A single in the first, his only hit so far. He gets underneath the first pitch, and well, he drives out one straight up into the air, shallow right field, and making the catch in right field for the second out. That is going to be Brandon Good, who stayed in the game after coming in as a pinch runner for Jonathan Prescott. And Good makes the catch to retire the second out. 2 down. And Jonathan Stone will bat next. Stone 1 for 2 in the ballgame as well. And the first pitch misses to him for a 1-0 count. Doc Stewart's baseball this evening brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces. Swing and a foul tip into the glove. Stone with a 1-1 count. Jonathan had the RBI single back in the first inning, got the Docs on the board. That came with 1 out at the time. He bats here with nobody on and 2 down in the bottom of the 5th. Wilkinson misfires low for a 2-1 count. Doc's bats have gone a bit quiet. They haven't had a hit since the 3rd inning. Went down in order in the 4th. Looking to avoid going down in order here in the 5th. The 2-1, Stone gets underneath that ball. The center field, not very hard hit. Kyle Lund charging in, and he makes a catch at the knees as he misread that one to start, but then makes the adjustment to get underneath it to finish things here in the 5th. We'll go to the top of the 6th. Docs go down 1-2-3 here in the 5th. It's a 2-1 ball game. Docs in front as we hit the late stages of this one. Game 1 of a doubleheader between the Docs and the Challengers on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Number 12, Connor Jones.
Thanks, Mike. Okay. Top of the 6th inning. It is a tight one. A 1-run ball game so far. Docs on top 2-1. Jay Stoffel still throwing for the Doc Stewarts. He's got a 1-1 count as we start things off here in the 6th inning. It's Connor Jones, the catcher. He gets around on one, but sends that way foul and into the parking lot. Second strike of his at-bat. A ball and 2 strikes for Connor Jones. 1 for 2 in the game for him. A breaking ball misses low for Stoffel to even things up at 2-2. That gets a few jeers from the home crowds who wanted a strike 3 call. The 2-2 pitch. That one misses low again, and the count will go full. Jones last time up grounded out to third baseman Cody Johnson with the bases loaded. That ended the inning. He takes a cut at a high 3-2 pitch and fouls it back. It does keep him alive, but that might have been ball 4. Full count remains against Jones. Leading things off here in the 6th. That pitch over the plate, fouled up. Spencer Six is going to chase it, and it gets out of play and into the grandstand, startling a fan down to our right who did not see that ball come in her direction. So we'll do it again on another foul ball. Jones, White, and Keeler, the 3 men due up here in the 6th inning for Eugene. The Challengers trailing 2-1 against the Doc Stewarts. Time called before the next pitch for Jace. Docs have not had anybody up in their bullpen that I have noticed throughout tonight's broadcast. Did see somebody down in the bullpen for Eugene, but I did not see him throwing as a pitch taken for ball 4 by Connor Jones leads to a walk. 1 on with nobody out here in the 6th. That's the game-tying run at first for the Challengers. Well, folks, the Umpqua Lions Club, which puts together the Lions Den concession stand here at Legion Field, they are excited to announce that Jack's Baby Back Ribs will be making a return coming up July 17th. A squaring to bunt as a sacrifice. The grounder goes to second. The throw to first. They get a double play. Doc Stewart will clear the bases. Preston White showed a bunt and then slapped it to short for a double play ball to Caden Johnson. He gets it to Luther and over to Stone to turn 2 up the middle. 6-4 for Connor Jones. He's retired at second for the first out. And White on the 6-4-3 double play is the second out at first. The bases are empty with 2 down. And the first pitch swinging a foul ball for Trent Keeler. So he squared the bunt like he was going to sacrifice the runner into scoring position and then slapped it. And it went right to Caden Johnson at short. As another foul ball for Keeler. He's behind 0-2. So before all the excitement there, I was telling you about the exciting night coming up on July 17th. As strike 3 is called, Jay Stoffel finds his way back into the strike zone and wraps things up quickly. We will tell you more about Jack's famous Baby Back Ribs night coming up July 17th. Don't go anywhere. That inning cruised on by thanks to a big double play for the Doc Stewart's defense. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Doc still hanging on to that 2-1 lead on top of the Eugene Challengers. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Doc Stewart's on top by a score of 2-1. Leading things off for the Doc Stewarts will be Jet Black here in the 6th inning. He stands in with his team up by 1 run over the Eugene Challengers. A big win on the horizon for the Doc Stewarts if they can hang on to that 1-run lead. We'll see if they turn to Jay Stoffel in the 7th to try and get the final 3 outs. Doc's hoping to add some insurance before we get there. The 1-0 pitch to Jet Black outside for a 2-0 count tonight. Jet 1 for 2, had a single his last time up back in the 3rd inning. Facing Cole Wilkinson on the mound for his 6th inning of work. Wilkinson's 2-0 pitch into the air, but it's only going to make it to second base on the infield dirt. Trent Keeler will make the catch.
The next batter, number 2, Cody Johnson.
Retiring the first batter. Cole Wilkinson needing 2 more to keep this game close. Cody Johnson will bat 0 for 2 tonight. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd. Was left stranded at second base. First pitch to him from Wilkinson is in for strike 1. So Jack's famous Baby Back Ribs making their return July 17th when the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts host the Medford Mustangs in a league doubleheader. There's a ball grounded to second base. Keeler in front of it, and he'll make the throw to first for the second out. And Casey Pettibone will come up for the Docs trying to get something going. Docs have gone down in order each of the last 2 innings, trying to avoid it here in the 6th. Mike, thanks so much. He was the one that came up to help us know about the Jack's famous Baby Back Ribs, and well, he comes back bearing gifts. I appreciate it, Mike. Now, Umpqua Lions Den always treating me well, and they're all going to treat you well when you head on over to get some lunch or dinner here at Legion Field. Casey Pettibone flies out to center field to wrap things up here in the bottom of the 6th. Docs go down in order. Credit Cole Wilkinson. After giving up 6 hits through the first 3 innings, he is retired the next, he's retired 9 straight in 3 straight innings, but he's retired 10 total in a row dating back to the 3rd inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. This is a tight one as we go to the 7th. Docs need 3 outs to preserve a 2-1 victory when we return on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother, and I am an American soldier. I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Top of the 7th, Jay Stoffel on the mound to finish off a complete game victory. He's got an 0-2 count against Kyle Lund, the lefty center fielder, leading things off. The 9-hitter at the plate, 0 for 2 in the contest. A foul ball on the last pitch takes it to an 0-2 count. Top of the 7th, a 2-1 lead for the Doc Stewarts, and another strikeout for Jay Stoffel tonight. That is his 9th of the evening. Don't strike out when it comes to water for your home. Trust more well drilling, keeping Douglas County green since 1947. Lund goes down for a 3rd time, his 2nd strikeout of the night against Stoffel. To the top of the lineup, Cole Wilkinson will bat. A 1-run ball game, so a tight one here between these two teams. Game 1 of the Twin Bill, Game 2 coming up in just a little while. The 0-1 fouled away for strike 2. Wilkinson finds himself behind. Pitcher versus pitcher matchup here, and it has been quite the duel between these two teams and these two pitchers. The 0-2 from Stoffel. Ground ball first base side is foul. Stone there to get it, but well on the other side of the chalk line. So just in case I didn't make it clear, because there was a lot going on in that last half inning, Jack's famous baby back ribs coming up July 17th here at Legion Field. Show up, come out for a great night of baseball and a great night of food. Another foul ball for Wilkinson. Stays an 0-2 count. Here in the 7th inning, 1 away so far for the Challengers, down to their final 2 outs against the Docs in this opening game of the doubleheader. Pitch low and outside from Stoffel, a 1-2 count. Docs, first time in league playing against Eugene. They did lose to the Challengers earlier in the tournament as a line drive shot gets down in left center. Jet Black will get it. He fires it back in, and that'll hold Wilkinson to just a single. It's his 2nd single of the night, but he represents the game-tying run on at first.
The next batter, number 6, Cal Morgan.
A battle at the plate there for Wilkinson, and he's able to stay on top of it and win that one. And out to the mound is going to go head coach Jeremiah Robbins out there to talk with Jay Stoffel. They may make the move, and they will. It's going to be a straight switch for the 3rd baseman, Cody Johnson, for Jay Stoffel. Stoffel's night is done as he gets through 6 1/3 innings. He's still in line to get the win. He could end up with a no decision if at first base Cole Wilkinson comes in to score. 2-1 the score in favor of the Doc Stewarts. Jay Stoffel gets a round of applause, very well deserved, and Cody Johnson will come out to try and earn the save here in Game 1 of our doubleheader. We'll come back after this 60-second break. It's a call to the pen brought to you by Shelby and Migulana Construction on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Cody Johnson, the righty from Roseburg High School and Treasure Valley Community College, will take over on the mound for Jay Stoffel, who goes 6 1/3 innings, gave up 8 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 2 walks and 8 strikeouts. He did hit 1 batter. Cody Johnson takes over, 3 saves on the season so far for Johnson. He looks to add a 4th and give the Docs a win in the opener against the Eugene Challengers. 2-1 our score after that Shelby and Migulina construction call to the pin. Cody Johnson will face Cal Morgan when the first pitch, it's outside. Shelby and Migulina Construction, your local leaders for any project, big or small. 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migulina or visit their website, webuildhouses.com. A 1-0 pitch. Morgan pops this one up in the air. Could be playable back behind home, up against the netting. That ball gets into the seats for strike 1 against Morgan. Foul ball chased by Spencer Six and Jonathan Stone. Both right there at the screen to watch that one go over. A 1-1 count for Cal Morgan, who is 1 for 2 in the ball game. At first base is Cole Wilkinson. Wilkinson reaching on his second single of the game, represents the game-tying run. Breaking ball for a called strike by Johnson on the inside corner. Docs have turned a couple of double plays in this ball game tonight. One here would finish it off. A strikeout could be big for Cody Johnson as well. The 1-2. Breaking ball. That one had some nasty movement on it. Just getting a piece of it. Morgan stays alive. Stay a 1-2 count. Johnson set with a man at first. Wilkinson not a big lead. The pitch to the plate is softly hit to right field. That'll keep things moving. That ball's going to roll. A long run for everybody. It'll be Gillespie that comes up with it, and the throw back in. It's a double for Cal Morgan. He just found the open spot, and it was a long run for Luther and Gillespie to try and get there. And now the go-ahead run and possibly winning run is at second base for the Challengers. Still 2 outs. And the Doc Stewarts are going to intentionally walk Keller Edwards to load the bases and put up a double play possibility on the infield. Docs will play with the corners in with 2 down. That was just a soft Texas League pop fly that landed right behind first in shallow right field grass. And Gillespie and Luther both gave their best to try and get there quickly, but it took way too long just because that ball was way out of their reach. Bases loaded after the walk to Edwards, and up to bat is Brandon Good, his first at-bat of the night after coming in defensively for Eugene. He has an 0-1 pitch outside for a 1-1 count. One ball, 1 strike for Cody Johnson. Bases loaded, just 1 out for the Docs, needing 2 more. There's a ground ball right side. This game's tied. Gillespie coming up with it in right field. His throw in will not get to the plate. Eugene takes the lead here in the 7th. Brandon Good comes through, hitting .238 on the season. Only 4 RBIs, but he drives in 2 with a bases-loaded single to right field. And Eugene, now that might have actually been Isaiah Lugo in a pinch hit appearance. It was Isaiah Lugo, not Brandon Good, with that single to right field. I apologize to Isaiah, 24 and 34. Isaiah Lugo comes through.
Next batter, number 9, Peyton Bracey.
And now it is a 3-2 lead. Challengers in front of the Docks, who will have to now hit in the bottom of the 7th and try to score a run to at least keep the game going. 0-1 the count now for Peyton Bracey batting with runners on the corners and 1 away. He grounds one foul down the third base line. So Jay Stoffel, a stellar job on the mound, unfortunately will not factor into the game tonight. Peyton Bracey has an 0-2 count. Throw over to first base by Johnson. Not in the vicinity for a tag on Isaiah Lugo, but they did lift him for a courtesy runner, or pinch runner at first. 0-2 pitch. The pitch goes by. They were pitching out, and it's going to go all the way to the backstop. A throw to third. Got him. And at third base, Coach Kenny Niles is going to argue his case. Jay Stoffel applying the tag for the second out. One run did come in, though, on the wild pitch. So 2 down. As Eugene scores 3 times here in the 7th and now lead 4-2 against the Doc Stewarts. Nobody on base with 2 down. At the plate, it's a 1-2 count against Peyton Bracey. He takes a breaking ball into the air, out into center field. This should wrap it up. Jet black underneath it. Doc's got to get the bats going. After leading the entire game, Eugene rallies here in the top of the 7th, and they lead 4-2. Docs need 2 to tie, 3 to win in a walk-off as we head to the bottom of the 7th. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
First batter for the Doc Stewarts.
Top of the 7th was 3 runs on 3 hits for Eugene, and they pull ahead 4-2 on top of the Doc Stewarts. And it'll be Drake Bourgeois to try and get things started for the Docs in the bottom of the 7th against Cole Wilkinson, who goes for a complete game victory. His offense bailing him out here in the late stages of Game 1 of our doubleheader. And Wilkinson gets the first pitch strike against Bourgeois, who is 0 for 1 in this game with a strikeout in the 4th. The 0-1 pitch, he'll swing through it for strike 2. Strikeout to lead off that 7th for Stoffel. Then he gave up a single. They lifted him for Johnson. Johnson gave up a double, an intentional walk, and then a 2-run single. And then a wild pitch scoring a 3rd run in that inning. As a swing and a miss for Bourgeois, 1 out away for the Challengers. Bourgeois' 2nd strikeout of the night, 6th strikeout of the night for Cole Wilkinson. 1 down, Jacob Luther will bat. The game-tying run is on deck for the Doc Stewarts. They're down by 2. First pitch from Wilkinson to the 9-hitter Luther is outside for ball 1. Wilkinson, high leg kick, fires in for a called strike.
Number 12, Jacob Luther.
So Wilkinson, thanks to the offense, finds himself in a spot to try and get a win now. It would be his 4th of the season. He misses outside at the knees. 2 balls and 1 strike against Luther. Luther is 1 for 2 on the night. His only hit was a slap shot to right field. Takes a pitch on the outside corner for a called strike to even things up. Docs with just 5, make it 6 hits in this ballgame. They haven't had one since the 3rd. Wilkinson has really settled in. The 2-2, Luther fouls it off. Stays alive. Eugene, Jay Stoffel on the other side had really settled in well as well. He gave up 1 run in the 5th on 2 hits. But things fall apart for the Docs in the 7th as Cody Johnson couldn't hang on to the save. The 2-2 for Luther is swing and a miss for strike 3, and he will be out number 2. The Docs down to their final out here in the 7th.
Number 5, Caden Johnson.
A couple of strikeouts so far for Cole Wilkinson here in the 7th, and it'll be up to Caden Johnson to try and get some sort of rally started. Johnson without a hit, his 3-game hit streak on the line. First pitch is low for ball 1. Doc Stewart's baseball here this evening brought to you by Good Vibrations Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. The 1-0 pitch. Ground ball left side, takes a high hop, picked up on the backhand by Keller Edwards at short, and Edwards' throw not going to be in time. In his 4th trip to the plate, Caden Johnson will get a base hit. His first of the night, and it does extend his hit streak to 4 games. He's not overly worried about the hit streak, more worried about trying to get some sort of rally started for the Docs here in the bottom of the 7th, trailing by 2. With the man on at first, 1 swing of the bat could change it, but 6 without a home run so far this season. First pitch swinging, he'll line one into shallow left center. It gets in for a base hit. Johnson up to second. And the Doc Stewarts get back-to-back base hits and have runners at first and second with the man that does have the powerful bat, Doran Gillespie, coming to the plate. Now Gillespie probably not thinking he's going for a home run here, but if he gets a pitch he could drive, obviously that would be a much enjoyable result. There are some arms thrown in the bullpen for Eugene right now, is out to the mound. I believe pitching coach John Goldagger out there to have a quick conversation with Cole Wilkinson with the dangerous Doran Gillespie at the plate. Out in the bullpen throwing, it's a righty. That is Bo Burnett, the Churchill product, that's out there tossing at the moment as Goldagger buying some time on the mound. Now we'll head back to the dugout as he tells his infield to play back. And he's reminding them the only run they care about is the run at first. Spencer Six has to score to keep this game going. The run of Caden Johnson means nothing at the moment for the Doc Stewarts. Doran Gillespie at the plate. First pitch. Misses low and outside for ball 1. So the Docs, a little rally here in the Docs with a rally here in the 7th, trying to come back in this one. A pitch low and outside for a 2-0 count. And they may be pitching around Gillespie here, willing to put him on base rather than allow him to hit anything over the plate. 2-0 count. Wilkinson, a check swing. Didn't go around, but it's called for strike 1. 2 balls and a strike for Doran Gillespie. Takes high for ball 3. Jonathan Stone waiting on deck. Gillespie 1 for 3 in this contest, had a single in the first. They play shallow in the outfield. He gets underneath the pitch, fouls it away for strike 2. So going to come down to a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs and 2 on. The runners will be going on the pitch to the plate. Wilkinson's delivery. Gillespie gets underneath this one. It's in the air, foul territory. Peyton Bracey calling for it, and he'll make the catch, and Eugene will come back to win. The Challengers score 3 in the top of the 7th. They come back to take a 4-2 victory on top of the Doc Stewarts, who'll leave the game-tying run on at first base. Docs can't come back in the bottom of the 7th. No runs on 2 hits. There were no Eugene errors. 2 men left on base. The Challengers snapped the Docs' 3-game winning streak. They improved to 16-9 overall, 5-2 in league play. The Doc Stewarts will fall to 5-4 in Area 4 play and go to 14-7 on the season. Game 1 goes complete. We'll come back and recap it for you as we bring you the Roseburg Disposal postgame show after this 2-minute break on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Well, the Doc Stewarts fall in Game 1 of tonight's doubleheader as the Eugene Challengers rally late and take the victory in Game 1. Welcome in, everybody, to the Roseburg Disposal post-game show. Let them make the run of the dump for you. That is Roseburg Disposal. Final score, 4-2. Eugene Challengers take the victory in the opener of this doubleheader tonight here at Legion Field. 4 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors, 7 men left on base for the Challengers, 2 runs on 8 hits, 1 error, and 7 men left on base for the Dr. Stewarts. Docs led this game most of the way. It was 1-0 after the first as the Docs put a run across on an RBI single by Jonathan Stone. They took a 2-0 lead with another run in the second on a base hit, I believe, by Jacob Luther that scored that run. And then you also, let's see, actually, I don't believe that's quite how that worked. Anyways, Docs added one in the second. They led 2-0. It was 2-1 after the fifth after Eugene got a two-out single by Jonathan Prescott to score a run and made it 2-1. And then the Challengers had three in the top of the seventh. A one-out rally for the Challengers in the seventh. They get a single, double, intentional walk to load the bases, and then a one-out single to right field by Isaiah Lugo in a pinch-hit appearance. Drives in 2 runs to put Eugene on top, and then they would add one more run on a wild pitch, and they would take the 4-2 advantage and take the victory. Eugene wins Game 1 of the doubleheader. Game 2 going to be coming up here in just about 20-30 minutes, so stay with us for that. This is your Roseburg Disposal postgame show. Let them make the run to the dome for you. That's Roseburg Disposal. Also, our game recap here in the postgame is brought to you by the News Review Sports section. For more on today's game, make sure you check out the News Review print edition for recaps of Doc Stewart's baseball throughout this season. 4-2 the final score, again in favor of the Eugene Challengers. They go to 5-2 in league play. Doc Stewart's fall to 5-4. They could be tied with Grants Pass for third place in the league standings if Willamette Valley holds on to a lead down there in Grants Pass tonight. We'll take a look at that Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update in just a few moments, but when we come back, we'll look at individual statistics as we continue on with the Roseburg Disposal postgame show. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother, and I am an American soldier. I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Game 1 goes complete. Doc Stewart's fall 4-2 against the Eugene Challengers. Second loss this season against the Challengers for the Doc Stewarts after losing in the Father's Day tournament here in Roseburg back on June 13th. 15-4 in that one. This one a little bit more competitive. 4-2 your final score. It was tied all the way through. And unfortunately, at the very end, the Eugene Challengers best are Doc Stewart's in the 7th inning. Taking a look at individual numbers from this one, getting the win tonight will be Cole Wilkinson. He pitches a complete game, gave up 8 hits, 2 runs, both earned, no walks, and 7 strikeouts. Jay Stoffel does not factor into the final decision. He pitches 6 1/3 innings, gave up 8 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts for him. Cody Johnson came in relief in the 7th, needed just 2 outs to finish off the game when he came in, but he will finish with a blown save and the loss. He pitches 2/3 of an inning, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk, no strikeouts for Johnson. Offensive numbers for Eugene: 10 hits in the ball game, 2 for 4 for Cole Wilkinson, 2 for 3 for Cal Morgan, 2 for 3 for Keller Edwards, and 1 for 3 for Jonathan Prescott, the top of the lineup, putting together 7 hits for the Challengers. Isaiah Lugo picked up a hit in a pinch hit appearance, 1 for 1 on the night for him with 2 RBI. He drove in the go-ahead runs. Peyton Bracey 1 for 3 in the contest. Connor Jones went 1 for 2, and the bottom third of the lineup, Preston White, Trent Keeler, and Kyla Lund all 0 for in Game 1. On the other side for the Doc Stewarts, 1 for 4 for Caden Johnson, stretches his hit streak to 4 games. Spencer Six was 2 for 4, stretches his hit streak to 4 games. Doran Gillespie 1 for 4 in the game. Jonathan Stone 1 for 3 with an RBI. Jet Black 1 for 3 in the game, stretches his hit streak to 5 games. Casey Pettibone was 1 for 3 with a run scored, and Jacob Luther 1 for 3, ending a 6-game hitless streak for Jacob Luther. So those are a look at your numbers here tonight. The Docs without an extra base hit, and only a couple of doubles in the ball game for Eugene as they collected a couple of hits. That'll do it for game number 1 of our doubleheader. We do need to name our Joe's Towing Player of the Game coming through in the clutch for you. Call Joe's Towing, your local towing professionals. The Game 1 player of the game is going to be Jay Stoffel. He was pretty stellar through 6 1/3 innings. Got lifted to try and see if the bullpen could get the win for him in the 7th. Unfortunately, it did not work out in his favor. Left the game with a 2-1 lead in his favor. But the Challengers strike back against Cody Johnson and come back for the victory. But Jay Stoffel, 6 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts for Stoffel. A nice night on the mound tonight. Unfortunately, does not end up in his 3rd win of the season. He is your Joe's Towing Player of the Game. We're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we will get a chance to get you another player interview here in between games. We will talk with Spencer Six, the Doc Stewart's catcher. He is going to be a senior at Roseburg High School coming up next year, and he is our most recent player interview. So stay tuned for that. We will talk with Spencer in just a moment. For those that are watching online, refresh your page in here in just a second. If you're watching at 541 Radio, or if you're watching on YouTube, just go back to our YouTube page and find the Game 2 broadcast. We'll get that streaming here in just a second. We'll have the Spencer Six interview on the video stream as well as on the radio, and then we'll have Game 2 coming up here in just a few minutes. So stay with us, folks. More coverage of Doc Stewart's baseball coming up for you. Docs fall in Game 1, 4-2, looking to split the series here at home against the Challengers when we come back. This is Doc Stewart's baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.